Hello folks. So I've been using the Nikon Z8 with the 135mm Plena. So these pictures are going to show you what I'm going to present to you, a pretty good representation of how good the quality of the picture is. And it is at 135mm. I did not crop it any. And hopefully this is working good. So you can see how sharp and clear the images are. None of them are cropped. I either moved farther back or moved closer. It's almost like a macro lens. I love the compression of the Plena. And these are the actual colors right out of the camera. And just by looking at this airplane, and these are test planes for pilots from all over the world. They start off with the prop planes and then they work their way up to the jets. And once they complete the training, then they either go back to their country or to their duty station. And as you can see with the white contrast in the back, it's like a darker silhouette, but when you get a darker background, you can now start seeing the USAF. Great shots. The propeller is almost still. There is still a little shakiness, but you really can't tell unless you're really pixel peeping. I did have it in program mode. I only had it at single shot AFS. So that's why you can see the plane in different areas. I did have a little trouble with focus breathing at the begin with, but once it got on the subject, it just stayed there. With the 20 to 35mm, it's not as wide field of view. With the 135mm Plena, narrow field of view, but the image is a lot closer. But look at the picture of that buzzard. Sharp, clear, and as you can see, when more images are coming with this buzzard, you're going to see some of his friends come into the picture. He's pretty high up, so it may not be like a 200mm, but at 135mm, I had some fantastic shots. I think I will compare this. I did compare it with 100mm. This blew it out of the water, okay? I like the 100mm macro, but I like the Plena more. I am going to compare it with the 70 to 200 version 2, the S lens at 200. Or I might put it on 135 and then put a 200 on there. But you can see his friend to the right. And in the next few pictures, you're going to see more. So now there's 3. There should be a 4th one coming up shortly. Yep, there's all 4. There you go. So it was a bright day. I did not have a -2 exposure or anything. I just had it at 0. I wanted to show what it actually looks like. It was in SDR. It was not in HLG. Hospital crane. I move closer to the plants. This is kind of like a cantaloupe type. You can see the flowers. And I'm still pretty high up on the ditch taking these pictures. They're putting up the outside facade of the hospital. So they're kind of finishing up. They started after this highway project, and they're going to finish before it. So they're doing an outstanding job on hospital. But look how sharp this crepe myrtle is. And I did a picture. But look at the clouds. It was just beautiful, gorgeous today. I put up another barrier to this second crepe myrtle to keep the deer from eating the leaves. And you can see buzzards still flying around. But look at the layers, the texture of the clouds. It's just gorgeous. And of course, the darker clouds are being shaded by the higher clouds from the sun. Nice, fluffy, blue sky, white clouds, darker clouds. Just gorgeous. On that picture, the sun was below it. And I will just go like here. I'll just go to a few pictures. Let's see, I think these are with the buzzards, yeah. So I'm just going to pixel peep just a little bit, okay? Just to show you how sharp this bird is. And they're pretty high up. I think there's another one. Yeah, one below there and one to the right. So, yeah, right there. See, they're still sharp. And let me go to a crepe myrtle. Well, even looking at the planes, okay? If I can pixel peep a little bit. Look at that. Isn't that sharp? The propellers are almost still. There is a little movement right there, but still. And these are lights, okay? So the wheels are up. Either he's going to land or they fly like that. I've seen them with the wheels covered, but that's a good sign to help track the plane. And if I go a little bit further to the one I want to look at, I missed it. Where is it? I know it's around here somewhere. Okay. So this is the second one barrier I put up. It's a red crepe myrtle. They don't grow as tall as the other ones, but it's ready to start blooming already. So I'm going to love this. I just have to put the fence up to keep the deer off. So I finished this in one day. The hard part is putting the posts in. I didn't try to even it up, whatever, because I'm on a hill. I just want to protect the bush. I don't care how it looks. I just want it to grow. And then just to keep the deer off of it. And this is the one I wanted to show. Okay. So we're going to, this last picture I'm going to pixel peep on. So you see it did bloom earlier this year until the deer got to it. And you see these, that's where they picked off the leaves. Now I am going to show you something that's going to probably surprise a lot of people. Yeah. See these snails? They're all over the place. Snail there, that's an insect. I think I have another sail up. So it was raining. They like to go to higher ground. They're either on a brick, but they've been climbing on the trees. And look how bare they are. So it might be part snails and part deer. Okay. So I'm debating to cut the lower limbs so that this tree can grow like my main crepe myrtle in the front. And you can see where it blooms. So I'll keep the other foliage, but look at that. So anyway, I just keep watering it, hoping that it's not dead right there. But I just wanted to share that with you. If I go back to normal, I'm going to get rid of this. View, hide sidebar. Gonna make it full screen. Yeah. There we go. And I could make it a little bit smaller. Now, I'm gonna leave it like that. That's pretty right there. I could do that also. That way you can see the snail, see the compost. That looks pretty good. I mean, you might like the compression in the background, so that might be a better shot right there. But I just want to show you how sharp and clear this lens is. And I really enjoy using it. I put some black compost on there. I'm going to cut these off, probably down here. I haven't decided yet because the leaves are there up to here. But the upper part, that's when they're fading away. But even then, this is a pretty shot. So it's hiding part of the hospital back there, or a van or something on the next street. So I'll leave it something like, yeah, I'll leave it like that. Okay. So thank you for watching. I hope this was helpful. I just want to show some pictures that I think this lens is fantastic. I have used many good lenses and with different camera systems. This is one of the better ones. But each camera system has a jewel. So anyway, thank you for watching. Remember, stay safe, keep smiling, and I'll see you next time. Bye, folks. Have a wonderful day.